Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo.
Namaskaram. Today I am going to chant Canto 94. Illumination through Bhakti. Shuddha nishkama dharmaihi pravara gurugira tatsvarupam param te. Shuddham dehendriyadiva pagatamachila vyaptamavedayante. Nanatvastaulya kashyaditu gunajavapuhu संगतो अध्यासितं ते वहनेर्धारु प्रभेदेष्विव महदनुता दीप्ता शान्तातादि. With mind purified by performance of desireless action, one comes to understand from the instruction of a competent teacher that supreme aspect of thine which is immaculate, bodiless, senseless, taintless, all-pervading and transcendent. As for thy manifestations, as the many with their attributes of smallness, brightness, etc., they are like expansiveness, smallness, dimness, and brilliance of fire, according to the nature of the fuel in which it manifests. These differences in manifestation are born of superimposition owing to ignorance on bodies that are the products of gunas of Prakriti. आचार्य क्या दरस्तारिणी समुनमिल चिष्यरूपोतरारण्या वेदोद्भासितेन स्फुटतर परिबोधाग्निना दह्यमाने कर्माली वासना तत्कृतनु भुवनभ्रान्ति कान्तारपूरे दाह्याभावेन विद्याशिखिनी च विरते त्वन्मयी खल्ववस्थाः. The fire of knowledge is churned by the efficient striking of the two fire sticks. The upper one represents by the disciple and the lower one by the teacher. The fire of knowledge thus produced burns up the forest of ignorance, consisting of one's false identification with the body and the world caused by the effects of past actions and the tendencies born of them. When that forest has been completely burnt up, even that fire, for want of any more fuel, subsides in thee, the Supreme Brahma. That state, when even the final unitary mental modification of illumination has sunk in thee, is called the intuition of oneness with thee. एवं तत्प्राप्तितो अन्यो न हि खलु निखिलक्लेशहानेरुपायो नैकान्तात्यन्तिकास्ते कृषिवदगदषाढगुण्य षडकर्मयोगाः दुर्वैर्कल्यैर्कल्यापि निगमपथास्तल्फलान्यप्यव्याप्ता मत्थास्तवां विस्मरन्तः प्रसजति पतने यान्त्यन्यतान विषादान. Except this attainment of thee, all other means like medicine, occult practices, Vedic pursuits, yoga, etc., that men resort to as a means for overcoming their sufferings are ultimately ineffective, like cultivation in eradicating their woes or in warding off their recurrence. The paths of Vedic rituals have various blemishes inherent in them and cannot therefore be a means for the final eradication of all sufferings. Besides, even those who reap the fruits of those rituals become proud and arrogant, just as men in the world are when they gain wealth, power, position, etc. They forget thee and become subject to endless sufferings, and finally downfall overcomes them. त्वत्लोकादन्यलोकः क्व नु भयरहितो यत्परार्धद्वया अन्ते त्वद्भीतः सत्यलोकेऽपि न सुखवसतिः पद्मभूः पद्मनाभ एवं भावेऽप्यधर्मार्जित बहुतस्मसां का कथा नारकाणां तन्मे त्वं छिन्दिवद्बन्धं वरद कृपणबन्धो कृपापुरसिन्धो. There is no sphere other than thy transcendent state of Vaikuntha that is free from the fear of death and downfall. Even Satyaloka, O lotus-naveled one, is not found to be a secure and happy place by the lotus-born Brahma at the end of 2 paradhas, that being the lifespan of a Brahma. What then to speak of those who, in consequence of their unrighteous deeds, have incurred numerous sins and reside in hells? Therefore, O friend of lowly, O ocean of mercy, deign to cut off all my attachments to worldly life. याथात्यार्त्वन्मयस्यैव हि मम न विभो वस्तुतो बन्धमोक्षौ माया विद्यातनुभ्यां तव तु विरचितौ स्वप्नबोधोत्ममौ स्तौ बद्धे जीवति मुक्तिं गतवति च बिदा तावती तावदेको भुक्ते देहद्रुमस्थो विषयफलरसानापरो निव्यर्थतात्मा. O Lord, to me, who in truth am only Thyself, there is really neither bondage nor liberation. These conditions are created by Thy twin power of ignorance, that is Maya, and knowledge, that is Vidya, and are comparable to the dream and the waking states. The difference between the one in the bondage of ignorance and the one liberated in life is only this much. The former, perched on the tree of the body, eats the fruits of his own deeds through attachment caused by ignorance, while the latter does not, because of non-attachment derived from knowledge, and therefore remains free from all sorrows. जीवन्मुक्तत्वमेवं विधिमत्मिति वचसा किं फलं दूरदूरे तन्नामा शुद्धबुद्धेन च लघु मनसः शोधनं भक्तितो अन्यथा तन्मे विष्णु कृशिष्टास्तवैकृतसकलप्रापणं भक्तिभारं येन स्यां मङ्गुक्षु किञ्चिदगुरुवचनमिलत त्वत्प्रबोधस्तवदात्मा. Of what good are mere words about the condition of one liberated in the embodied state itself? It is something far off for a person of impure mind. Other than bhakti, there is no easy way of attaining to purity of mind needed for attaining to that state. O Vishnu, may thou therefore deign to bestow on me intense devotion characterized by mind gained thereby and instruction of the Guru. I shall soon attain to true enlightenment and union with thee. Shabda brahmanyapih pravayati tamanastvam na jananti kechita कष्टं वन्द्यश्रमास्ते चिरतरमिहगां बिभ्रते निष्प्रसूतिं यस्यां विश्वाभिरामाः सकलमलहरा दिव्यलीलावताराः सच्चितस्तान्द्रं च रूपं तव न निगदितं तानवाचं प्रियासम. There are some with mind wholly absorbed in Sabda Brahman, or study and exposition of the Vedas and other scriptures, but they have no knowledge of thee in spite of all their learning. Alas, their efforts are therefore sterile, and they are like owners of cows that never cow. May I not therefore indulge in the study, exposition, or composition of works aligned to the description of thy blissful form, and thy sportive incarnations, which are spiritually inspiring and destructive of all mental impurities. यो यावान यादृशो वा त्वमिति किमपि नैवावगच्छामि भूमननेवं चानन्यभावः त्वदनुभजन मे वाद्रिये चैद्यवैरिन् त्वल्लिङ्गानां त्वदङ्घ्रि प्रियजनसदसां दर्शनस्पर्शनादिर्भून्यान्मे त्वत्प्रपूजान तिनुति गुणकर्मानुकीर्त्यादरो अपि. O all-pervading being, O destroyer of Shishupala, I am not able to comprehend thy greatness or thy nature even in the least. But despite my imperfect understanding of thee, I shall continue to serve thee wholeheartedly, depending on thee as my sole support. May I be always blessed with the opportunities of seeing holy images and contacting congregations of thy devotees, and be endowed with devotion to the worship, salutation, and praise of thee, as also the recital of the deeds and excellences of thy divine self. यद्यलभ्ये तत्तव समुपहृतं देवदासो अस्मि ते अहं त्वद्गेहोन्मार्जदाद्य भवतु मम मुहुः कर्मनिर्मायमेव सूर्याग्नि ब्राह्मणात्मादिशूलसितचतुर्बाहमाराधये त्वां त्वत्प्रेमार्द्वत्वरूपो मम सततं विष्यन्दतां भक्तियोगः. O Lord, whatever comes into my possession, I offer it unto thee. I am thy servant. Let me repeatedly do with the utmost sincerity and interest such devotional duties as cleaning thy temple. Let me perform the worship of thy four-handed form, conceived as manifesting in the solar orbit, in fire, in holy men, and in the Atman. Let my mind be ever in communion with thee through devotion, which consists in the melting of heart into a continuous stream of love, ever flowing towards thee. ऐक्यं ते दानहोमव्रतनियमतपः साङ्ख्ययोगैर्दुरापम् त्वत्सङ्गेनैव गोप्यः किल सत्कृतितमाः प्रापुरानन्दसान्द्रम् भक्तेषु वन्येषु भूयस्वपि बहुमनुषे भक्तिमेव त्वमासां तन्मे त्वभक्तिमेव दृढय हर प्रधान कृष्णवातालयेश. That state of supremely blissful union with thee, which is difficult to obtain through disciplines like charity, sacrifices, vows, self-control, austerity, knowledge, and concentration, was attained by the blessed Gopikas of Vrindavana through personal attachment to thee as their own beloved. Numerous are thy devotees, but it is this loving personal devotion of the Gopikas that has received thy highest appreciation. Therefore, O Krishna, O Lord of Guruvayur, may thou strengthen devotion in me and destroy my ailments. So, Canto 94 is completed. I'll be back with the next canto the coming week. Till then, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat.